over 5,000 years, the confluence of the Attock and Indus rivers in Pakistan has been a vital gateway to the Indian subcontinent. The Aryans, the Macedonian armies of Alexander the Great, and the Mughals have all used this crossing on their campaigns of invasion. And it was here in the Indus Valley that man made some of his earliest attempts at establishing farming settlements, domesticating livestock, and irrigating the surrounding lands. Cattle played a vital part in this process, pulling primitive ploughs and lugging heavy loads both in peacetime and war. Local chieftains trained bulls yoked in pairs to transport heavy weapons at high speed. They kept their men and bulls in training by swapping weapons for a jockey on a tray. And one of the world's most dangerous sports was born, the sport of bull racing. Nowadays, it takes several years to prepare a bull for the racetrack. The beasts have to be trained to wear a harness and get used to the sharp pricks which spur them on up the course. And just like racehorses, it takes generations of careful breeding to produce a champion. Malik Ata, prince of the Awan tribe, who claims descent from one of Alexander the Great's generals, has been a die-hard sponsor of bull racing for many years. He's well versed in all aspects of the ancient sport.
In all forms of sports and in racing bulls, there is always a selection of breeding. So you have a very good cow to be crossed with a very good bull. And there should never be any inbreeding. If you have inbreeding in humans, you will have a bad result. Similar is the case with animals. So we always cross them out of the line, and we have these lines going back to 1,000 years.
The bulls are bred for their speed rather than their controllability. Just getting them used to running in pairs is difficult enough. But even though each bull represents 500 kilos of raw power, their handlers have to treat their prized charges with kid gloves.
Training of the bulls is most important. They are looked after better than our people's own children. Our people are very poor, they can't feed their children, but they'll always feed the bull well.
But feeding the bulls can be a risky business. The bulls are fed a diet of fresh honeycomb harvested from the local trees, mixed with a concoction of milk and eggs. Just before the bulls are due to race, they're given a special home-brewed gin-like potion to add extra fire to their bellies. Having feasted on their race mix, the bulls are given their final rub down, with no expense spared in the attention lavished on these thoroughbreds. Finally, they're transported first class to the race venue and their adoring fans. For the owners, race day is a chance to show off their charges and take home a small fortune in prize money. For the jockeys, who are paid a pittance, the sport is an extraordinary test of bravery. Like the bulls, they must look their best, but they're risking their necks each time they race. Now in his 50s, champion jockey Abdurrahman has been racing since the age of 11.
This is a sport for brave men. I've broken every bone in my body, but I still race the bulls better than anyone. I'm not at all scared. I'm only afraid of God. To me, riding bulls is as easy as driving a car is for you.
There are other dangers surrounding the sport. Race day is one of the few occasions when feuding local tribes converge. Disputes and rivalries come to the fore amidst all the excitement, and for the local nawabs or princes, there is particular danger.
The administration here this year started to create problems for us. They did not want bull racing because there are so many tribal disputes that whenever a bull race is held, it is the best time to take revenge on the other party. So there are few deaths.
Some of the crowd have travelled several hundred miles to be here. As usual, the atmosphere is like a cauldron. The noise and colour designed to agitate the bulls into running faster is having a similar effect on the humans. Everyone is raring to go. The bulls run not against each other, but against the clock. The course is 300 metres long and a team can reach speeds of up to 50 kilometres per hour. But spectators beware, not all are blessed with a perfect sense of direction. Despite the perils, the crowd remain for the whole day's racing, transfixed by the extraordinary action. Once again, the old master Abdurrahman posts the fastest time of the day. For the jockey, the day brings the joys of victory. For the owner, prize money equivalent to $3,000 US.
First prize, Riaz Khan Bardo.
And as the crowds disperse for another year, for Prince Malik Ata M, it's a chance to reflect on the former glories of his people and their bulls.
We have gone round the world so many times. We have conquered the world with a sword. But now things are different. Now people are losing that energy. They don't have that sporting spirit. They don't have people to support them. After a lapse of say 20, 50 years, you won't find such men which are now left. These are the last dying sport and dying breeds which you are seeing.